everybody, it's Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona, and we are having a special episode of Facebook Live today. We're at the Great River Shakespeare Festival. It's not started yet, if that's what you're wondering, but they have agreed to let us have a sneak preview backstage, see what's going on. They are working so hard right now. It's called Tech Week, and so everybody is basically working day and night, getting the sets ready, the costumes ready, the wigs ready. You know, when we think about this festival, we think it's just about the actors, but that's just really the smallest piece of it right now. There is a hotbed of activity inside this building. We're at the Performing Arts Center at the Winona State University campus, and it is season 16. The playbills are not out yet, but this is a brochure that you can pick up if you're in Winona, you know, just about anywhere around Winona. Actually, you can go to the Winona Visitor Center, or the Visit Winona Visitor Center, and the one on Huff Street, and you can buy tickets there. We're sharing some space with the Great River Shakespeare Festival folks, and so you can go in there, pick up these playbills, buy some tickets, get some information, and also buy some cool merchandise. I just heard that we have some great new shirts in there. I'm excited. I'm going to go in there after we do this Facebook Live and see what's new. But here today we are going to take, I think, probably the first ever live look at the scenes behind the scene. And the actors are not in the building right now. I think they must be having lunch or something like that. They'll be starting rehearsals in a little while, but we're going to see what's going on. Let's have a look. So there's two plays that I'm familiar with that they have coming up this year. One is Macbeth, which is, you know, of course, iconic. The other one is a play called Cymbeline. Cymbeline is one of Shakespeare's least known plays, I think, but also one of his most underappreciated plays. I saw Cymbeline, actually. I was in Stratford-upon-Avon, which is Shakespeare's birthplace and where he is buried right now. And I saw Cymbeline performed there by the Shakespeare and Company, and it's absolutely fantastic play. It's so deep and it has so many layers, and it was really interesting, and I felt like it was a great discovery. So I'm excited to see it coming to Winona, and I'm definitely going to see it too. So here's the thing. You can't just go wander around backstage at the Great River Shakespeare Festival because, you know, they have, you know, swords and welding things, and there's a lot going on. And so Eileen is going to give us a little bit of a guide through the spaces so that we don't break anything, and we don't get lost, and we kind of know what's going on because it's a maze back there. There's so many different rooms. Okay, but first, before we do it, Eileen, tell us, what are you doing for the festival?
Well, I'm the marketing and sales director, and this time of year I try to spend a lot of time here at the PAC so that I know what's going on. I can jump in and help if need be, if we need extra hands during tech. Just check on everything.
Okay, so let's walk.
Yeah.
So while we're walking, can you tell us, I talked about Macbeth, and I talked about Cymbeline, but what are the other performances? Because there's a bunch this year.
So we're doing a play called The Servant of Two Masters, and that's going to be in the theater, but we're also taking it around the community off-site. So it's going to be in a couple bars and breweries, both here and in Rochester and La Crosse. And this is actually our room. Yeah, this is Rain. Pop on in.
So, hi. Can we just poke around in here a little bit and see what's going on?
Absolutely.
What is this?
So that is for our show Cymbeline, and this is Roman armor that's made out of thermoplastic. So it's just sheets of plastic that you can heat up and then mold to however you want it to be.
Wow.
And
did you mold this?
So this was actually made by William, who was here about 2 weeks ago. He was our lead craftsperson on that project. And the really fun thing is because it's not metal, it's super light. It's super comfortable, and you can mold it to any body as many times as you want.
I could run a marathon in that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding. I couldn't run a marathon anyway.
It's super light and super comfy, but yeah, no, it's great. And then,
so are these real swords?
They're dulled swords, yeah.
So they're dulled, but they're metal, right?
Yeah.
Like the clang, clang, clang. See,
to get that
there's
genuine sound. But yeah, so this is
one of our swords. Would it be called a rapier?
Yep, this is a rapier for the style of how thin it is and how long it is and the kind of fighting it would be used for.
Okay.
And so then we made the holder and this little cap for this sword.
Nice.
That is removable and can be used many, many times over.
Okay.
And we got lots of helmets and little arm bracers like Wonder Woman.
Like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, all sorts of fun
And
stuff
then
like
just
that.
and just show them these bins of just things. You must have thousands of things in here. Just belts and shoes and T-shirts and things that are like pieces and parts, and you just use them to assemble what you're working on.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
cobble it all together, and this isn't even all of them. We have a ton down at our office in
Okay.
the downtown area. So,
Wow.
yeah, we
All right.
bring it all together in a happy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was
Okay.
fun.
So we were talking about the performances, and then I just wandered into that room. I apologize. Okay, tell us again.
So the Servant of Two Masters, we're taking it to Forager Brewery in Rochester. We're doing 2 performances
Fun.
there, and then we're doing one at Pearl Street in La Crosse, and then we're also doing one at the Black Horse here in Winona.
Nice.
And that's going to be really fun. It's a flexible performance. Everything can be piled into a trunk. And the fun thing is we want to do it places where people are going to eat and drink because there's a food fight in it. There's some costuming going on in here.
Can we go in?
Yeah. Hop in.
Hi. Can we come poke around?
Yep.
So, what are you guys working on?
Everything. Yeah. I'm working on a wedding dress.
Oh, who's the only bride?
Well, which one is it?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even remember. Isn't it?
It's
Imogen?
for, no.
Servant.
It's in
Oh,
servant.
servant.
It's
Yeah.
for Beatrice.
There's 3 brides and secret. Yes.
Look at this. So he's actually like sewing leather by hand.
Oh yeah, this is armor for Cymbeline. Yeah, we're getting
That's beautiful.
putting the tunics into the armor so it can just easily, zip up and get on.
Yeah. Wow. What are you sewing?
This is a jacket for Andrew Carlson for servant. Yeah.
Wow.
Function pocket.
Ed, come look at this dress back here. Woo. Look at this. This is sweet. What's this for?
It's for Brigella in A Servant of Two Masters.
Oh.
And it's gonna get an overskirt that's this fabric
Cute.
all the way around.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
So, how much is left to do? Are you guys nearing the end of your process here?
Oh yeah.
Getting there.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the look.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
So I have a question though.
Yeah.
This is season 16,
Yes.
and they do this every year. What happens to the stuff afterward?
That's a really great question. So a lot of it gets, since we just moved into our new office downtown, we have a larger office space, so we are storing all of the costumes and crafts there to keep it temperature regulated. And then we also rent warehouse space down by the Blue Heron.
I have a question. Is that the green room?
It is. I don't think anyone's in there right now, but this is where.
Can we just pull
Yeah,
our head in there?
absolutely.
Okay, so I was in here one time. Shakespeare was in season, and there were like actors sitting back in here, and I'll tell you what. So this is the green room. It's kind of the resting place for the performers when they're not performing. It's not green, but it was a really, really funny group of people. I think I had no idea. You see them on stage, and they're acting in these characters, and then sitting back here, they're just such ordinary people and so extremely funny. I absolutely, I think it was the first time I just really fell in love with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Because I got to see these people. The cool thing about this, let's talk about this for 1 second in the hall. The cool thing about this festival is that it tries to just really give you access to Shakespeare, number one. So my confession is that when it started in Winona, I did not go for the first few years, even though I was writing about it for the newspaper. But I just didn't, I was like, I don't think Shakespeare's my thing. But I had no idea that Shakespeare is actually, he's a beautiful writer, and he's a storyteller, and he was so smart, wicked smart. And what the Great River Shakespeare Festival has done, actually I saw it articulated so well in here, and I'll never find it again at House of Sound. Somebody's drilling on the other side of the wall from Ed. their mission is basically, yeah, of course I won't find it. Their mission is to make Shakespeare broken down to a language that everybody can understand. And so they take all of the plays and they sit in rooms and they discuss. Hey, they discuss what does this mean? When he said this, when he wrote these words, like what does this mean? And so when you go see a play, the actors they didn't just rehearse lines, they understand the story and they create this language that it's authentic to the period in a lot of cases, but also is said in a way that helps you know what's going on. And so ever since then, I just absolutely loved this theater company because I realized I actually really liked Shakespeare a lot. Here's the other thing. There's a ton of ways for you to get close to this festival. They have a front porch series that happens on Saturday mornings. That they have just different things, films and speakers and other kinds of collaborations with artists and whatnot. They also have a Chill with Will for kids, for teenagers. That happens on Thursdays. They can come for free, and if they come at 6:30, I think they have to reserve tickets, maybe, right?
You have to reserve tickets, but yeah, they are free. And then any adult chaperone that's coming with them gets a discounted ticket. And then the programming starts at 6:30.
Okay, and so then they can go on a tour backstage, kind of like what we're doing, except probably way more nutty because it's right before the show starts. And they can then sit and watch the play, and what a cool thing to do for young people, to get them in love with the theater early. There's also Pay What You Will previews that are happening next week, all week, just before opening night, which is called Will's Opening Weekend. Wow. They have performances that they're just like the final dress rehearsals, and so you can come and pay $10, $20, $1 million, whatever you want, just to come in. It fills the audience. It helps them kind of, get warmed up for the opening weekend. And that happens next week, so the last week in June. And then the very last weekend in June, this festival is going to kick off. There are a bunch of other things that are happening too. So there's youth classes that you can take if you're a kid. There are tours. I'm trying to remember. There are tours that groups can take. They can call the Shakespeare office folks and arrange a special visit for a group. They have company conversations that are Thursdays after the performance and Sunday mornings
at Blooming Grounds.
And so the company conversations are what? They're just
so they're totally free. The ones Thursday nights take place after whatever show just happened, and those will be with some of the actors from that show, talking about what happens. And then the Sunday morning ones are a little bit more focused. We'll talk about things like how do you cast, how do you do the text work, how does tech work, all that kind of stuff. And that's also free, and get a good cup of coffee.
Okay, and how do you cast?
That's a really great question. So we have some actors that have been with the company for a really long time that will find roles for them. Actually, Doug would be a great person to ask.
Doug, can we borrow you for 1 second?
Yeah.
We're live.
Doug Schultz-Carlson. We are
Hi.
Facebook Live, and we are taking a sneak peek backstage
Awesome.
to get ready for the festival, and we're just going to look at what's going on.
Yeah.
Tell them, what do you do here?
Everything.
Yes. Forever.
I'm the artistic director, so hiring and choosing seasons and things like that. But this year I'm directing Cymbeline, and I'm also the fight choreographer.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So I was just asking Eileen, how do you cast for this festival?
We have lots of people. Lots of people come back year after year. So a lot of it is our company. A lot of people that are coming into the company too come in through our apprentice actor training program. So we have early career professionals that come in from training programs all over the country, and that actually makes up half of our acting company this year. Are people that are former apprentices, including people like Andrew Carlson, who's playing Macbeth, and lots of people in the company. Yeah.
Are you acting as well?
I am not this year. No,
Okay,
no.
wow.
But then we
That's
do.
a lot, yeah.
But then we do auditions. We audition up in the Twin Cities. We audition in New York. So there's some brand new people to the company that came out of those auditions,
Neat.
and sometimes by video too.
How many actors altogether?
16.
How
Well,
many?
16 in the professional company, and then 14 in the apprentice actor training program.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
so
how
30
many
actors.
cast, or not cast, but crew members?
when we're all here, I think we're about 108 people this year. That counts directors and designers and all of the crew, and we have young performers in the company. I guess we're more than 108 if you count the young performers, because
Sure.
there's
They're
7
like
young
count them
performers.
like half a person.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some of them are bigger than I am, so I don't know. We may have to count them as more than that. Yeah, and they're terrific. A lot of those people actually came out of our Shakespeare for Young Actors program.
Neat.
We have a couple of our dressers in wardrobe this year came out of our Shakespeare for Young Designers program. So all of this education and training, we're actually kind of growing our own company here.
Neat.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Absolutely, yeah. Have fun looking around
Yeah.
tech. Yeah, they're putting Cymbeline in now, so I just saw some very green panels and
Fun.
yeah.
I'm glad you put those glasses there. I heard I have to wear them, and I didn't want to wear Ed's sunglasses.
Yes, yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah. But they're
Thanks a
busy
lot.
on stage building Cymbeline, so
Okay.
have fun.
We'll see ya.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, do you want to go on stage?
Well, I tell you, I just want to see what's going on in here. What are they welding? What are they grinding up? I don't know. But here it is. This is where the magic is being made, you guys. We're going to try to stay out of everybody's way and not wreck anything and not get hurt. This is our mission backstage, because these people have a lot of tools and they're all really, really busy right now. So, Eileen, just a question.
Yeah.
What are they building back here right now?
So right now we've got some cleaning up after painting going on. In the black box beyond here is where all of the props are being built, and we do have a welding station set up. And then it looks like right now they are getting some welding set up on stage.
Okay. So let's,
Do you want to go?
maybe we'll just go.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on the stage. So, can you imagine what this is gonna be like next week? All of this stuff is gonna be kind of moved aside and cleaned up, or we're gonna sneak through. And this is where the actors are gonna be running back and forth, and the
Excuse us.
sorry.
We're welding over here.
Thank you. Welding. You're welding.
So that's happening there. Don't look directly at it, but you can
All
film
right.
it, Ed.
So, Ed, you can film it. We can't look at the welding because it will burn our eyes. But let's go over here, and then Ed can film it, because I guess it won't burn your eyes if you're watching. Oh, Ed's got sunglasses on. Nice. These probably don't count because they're not dark. But so
So they're
go ahead and show them the welding for a minute, since you can. Of course, he stopped welding right when I was going to show you. Okay, so tell me one more thing about these sets.
Sure.
This it's a minimalist design with the sets. They can collapse down and be replaced in a short amount of time, right?
Well, we do. So we have what we call a unit set, which means there's a piece that stays, and then we move other pieces around it to configure for different shows. So this balcony is used for both shows.
Okay. Oh, now they're welding. There's a lot going on in here, you guys. I think it's time to get out of their hair. Let everybody get back to work. I might steal these glasses, though. I like them quite a bit. We are Facebook Live. Usually, we go wherever you send us. This time, we had just a really special opportunity, and we have a Facebook Live poll that's up right now, and it's between, I believe, the Garage Co-Workspace and Kinstone, right? Because tomorrow's the summer solstice. I don't know why I know that, but go to the poll and vote. I think the poll is still going to be open until tomorrow. Ed's making like sign language at me, which I can't understand. But I think tomorrow. Let's say vote today, though. Tell us where you want us to go. We knew that if we put Shakespeare in any poll, it would win, because this is such an extremely beloved festival. This brings in thousands and thousands of people to Winona every year. It's such a blessing for this community. It just really invigorates our arts here, and the actors are fun to have around town. I'll come a little closer. The actors are fun to have around town because they just kind of make this their home for a few months, and you'll see them at the coffee shops. They like Blue Heron, they like Blooming Grounds Coffee Shop. You'll see them over at the American Legion, which I happen to personally know is one of their big hangouts. So come kind of soak into this culture a little bit, have some fun, make weekend plans of it, and then you can go to the museums. You might be able to catch a Minnesota Beethoven Festival performance that's kicking off also in about a week or so. And we are just coming into the best time of year in Winona right now. It's so great to see you all watching us. Thank you very much for coming along on this tour. Thank you to Shakespeare for letting us come back here, and I hope you all have a great week. We'll see you later.